If I were a new buyer, a newly married couple, for example, you know, I don't know much about the real estate market. How would you counsel me to get the best bargain? Would you put me into a structure, or how do you, as they say, concierge somebody to get the best value for the perhaps the limited funds that they have, and it's such a tight market. So, and, you know, it's maybe a wide question for you, but if for example, if it was your daughter,
Okay.
would you do something different for your daughter as a potential client if she were buying or selling than you would for another client?
Well, okay, good question. I'm going to focus on that as being a first-time home buyer, because you did say new couple, newly married, or you know, younger person, and you said daughter. I have sold houses to my daughters. They did have a good real estate agent. I do think that, yeah, you want to focus. I don't know if I say the bargain. I would never say getting a bargain. I think getting the most house for your money is a better, maybe the way I would approach that. And I think right away I start from their financial aspect. Where back many years ago, I actually would look at those numbers myself, but now I work with a good lender. I try to partner with a good lender, and we here at Prudential partner with Bank of America. Here in my office is Brian Warner. So that's what I would do first. I would say, let's sit down and try to work out where you want to be. Maybe we've even looked at a couple of houses just to get a feel, because they had a desire, they found a couple of houses. But very quickly, I would say the best place to start is at the very beginning. What kind of what type of a budget do you have, and what type of a loan program would best suit you? And if it's, for instance, going to be an FHA loan, and then we're going to know right away, well, what is a $100,000 loan going to cost from the beginning to the end? What's the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, and mortgage insurance premium? What is all that going to add up to be? So if they can afford, for instance, to pay $1,200 a month, then I'm going to know that then, let's say we're looking at a house between $125,000 to $150,000 range. So we're going to start targeting that range of homes. And let's say they really don't want to spend more than $140,000, and I know that because we had all these financial meetings, and I put them with a good loan officer, and they told me what their comfort zone was. And when I say zone, we have to look at that because taxes play in there. So I would probably focus on a little above, maybe $5,000–$10,000, and a little below what their target is, and start giving them information depending on where they'd like that house to be or condominium to be, providing them daily information so that they can say, okay, these are the houses I'd like to look at, and then compare. You got to go out, you got to get out there, and you have to look, you have to compare.
Right.
And communication. I would advise my daughters to work with a real estate agent who provides information every single day and communicates with them.
Well, nowadays I know you can do instant real estate, comparisons. You can kind of get a really good feel for the way the market's going and the way the values of properties are going, and sort of trends.
Right.
So do you have like a good feel for the trends on the values of properties?
Well, really the consumer has so much more information nowadays than they used to, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, even 10 years ago. Everything is available almost out there for the consumer to find. But a real estate agent still brings it together. And I know at one point the realtors even had a fear of the internet, that we were going to lose our business. But actually it's made the business better, because now the consumer is more informed. When they come to meet the real estate agent, they almost already know where they want to live. 9 times out of 10, they even know what their house payment is going to be, because they looked at online, payment calculators.
Right.
They have so much more information when they walk in the door. So what we do is provide the level of service up. Well, here's what this area has been selling, let's say for the past 6 months. Here are the comps, or the comparable sales for that community. And with every time a potential purchaser wants to buy a house and they sit down, they select 1 or 2, then we can pull that information together, show them the statistics on the area, exactly what an appraiser is going to look at. That's information that's not necessarily available publicly.
That was surely what I wanted when I bought my first house. And I thought that if I did some of the research and the legwork, it would help me feel better about my purchase. And but I really want, if you're my realtor, I don't want to have to do all that legwork, and besides that, I might get it wrong. So that's why I refer to a realtor who knows what to look for, seeing these trends and getting the right information.
Well, the first step after defining what your loan is going to be is actually looking for houses. And your real estate agent may not know in the beginning what you desire. You may say,
subjective.
I want a 2-car garage, and I have to have a fireplace, and I want 2.5 bathrooms, and I need a half-acre lot. But when you really start looking, the realtor can start to absorb what you're really wanting. Because maybe you'd give up the half-acre lot to get the 2-car garage and the 2.5 bathrooms and the fireplace.
It sounds like it comes with experience.
Exactly. It comes with
what you're saying.
it's a people business.
Yeah.
And people don't always buy, oddly enough, what they think they're going to buy in the end. Because maybe the street really sold it. Or maybe it was the granite. Maybe it was just the ambiance or the feel of the property. People buy houses with their emotions a lot of times. Another good reason to sit down at the beginning with the loan officer, because then the emotional aspect of it is not there. Only the financial aspect of it. So to go out and look at properties that say wouldn't really fit into your comfort zone, that's almost a mistake every time, because then you're trying hard to go someplace you really shouldn't go. It's better to look at a range where you can target the middle of it, look up and down, and see where the best value, or you said bargain, would be for the money that you're willing to spend on a house. Then try to get more and more features. And sometimes the sellers can contribute toward closing costs, and there's all sorts of things that can happen in the transaction.
Negotiating, you're talking about?
Negotiating aspect of it.
Interesting. I think we'll talk some more about that, because that's a great subject. We'll have another segment on negotiating.
Oh, okay.
That sounds great.
Okay.
Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome. You're welcome.